supercharger stall,
which I will show in action.
Okay, it's extremely full here. Well, I tried to just press it and see what it recommended. It recommends driving to Fox supercharger and then charge for 25 minutes and then go there. I think we can do this, but reduce the charging time to like 15 minutes or something and then just stretch it all the way to Gardermoen, because I really don't want to stop in Oslo. So I think we will do this extra stop. It's just 45 minutes to drive there. But I think that's the best solution, because it's still a few open here, and then we will charge as much as we need to get to Gardermoen. So we will skip the entire Oslo slow charging queue area. Now we are cruising, and we will do this quick stop at this supercharger just to skip the entire Oslo area. I don't want to be in a charging queue in Oslo in this holiday traffic. So I think this is the best solution for me right now, even though it's not optimal to charge at 47%. We will still just get a little bit and then go all the way to Gardermoen. And Gardermoen is a version 4 stall station, so not version 4 chargers, but version 4 stalls at V3 speeds. So yeah, that's kind of cool to check out, and should be pretty full as well, so might see some utilization of the longer cables of V4 for non-Tesla vehicles, which is very interesting to see. Okay, it's yeah, extremely full here. You know what? The supercharger is completely full and there is a long queue. There are multiple cars. And it's not really the fault of cars blocking. You can see here, it's completely full. We will just skip this one and then wow, everything is full. Everything is completely full. I have to check this out. Oh, there are open recharge stations. That's awesome. Actually, we will just use the recharge stations here. That's awesome. The recharge station here works. Kempower almost always works. We're getting 100 kilowatts at 55%. It's fine, I guess. We just need to get enough to get to Gardermoen so we can skip all the other chargers. It's so full here, and there are so many chargers. So we have these Campower ones, which are at around 70% utilization. We have some chargers way over there, which are at high utilization. There are some Mer chargers behind here, and the Tesla superchargers, and they are all completely full almost. So it's nice to have the ability to use other chargers as well. Okay, so 6% at Gardermoen. I think 8% is nice, and then I can modulate the speed to arrive there at the lowest state of charge possible. We have 71% right now, charging at just 70 kilowatts, so I'm eager to go as soon as possible. This place is so packed full of people. I've never seen that many people charging at once, filling out an entire supercharger. It says 4 places left now, 5 minutes waiting time, but it's a queue there, so I guess someone is blocking some stalls. Anyways, it's 24 stalls, it's full. It's like 10 Mer stalls, 8 or 10 Mer stalls, Alpitronic units, all taken. There is this recharge station which has 1, 2, 3, it must have like 20 different stalls, and we are at around 60-70% utilization. The recharge one is the most expensive one at the moment, so that's the last taken. Yeah, I'm just here to charge a little bit just to get to Gardermoen, so I didn't mind the price, and I'll just unplug and go now, so we can get to the Gardermoen supercharger. I decided not to use Scan My Tesla to get all the nerd info when charging and when driving and looking at battery preconditioning and such. Just taking it kind of easy on this road trip, so I just hope you guys think that's okay for some road trips, because it takes a little bit attention to look at all the different stuff, and I've done it before with Tesla, so I thought it might be more interesting to do with other cars that I'll test it now and in the future as well. Very slow moving traffic. It's extremely slippery outside right now. So just taking it easy. Wow, look at those V4s. Interesting, interesting. Let's see, should we take a V4? Or should we... 9%, 236 kilowatts maximum before dipping down like the usual Tesla charging curve. And this is our last supercharger, I think, before we reach the destination. So we will charge here for a little bit. I think we need to stay here for at least 20 minutes. We can arrive at the destination at low state of charge, luckily, because there is overnight charging there. Let's see.
Yeah, it won't tell me yet, so I think we will just charge for a bit, take a look around, and then go. And it's worth mentioning that it's minus 12 degrees outside, so yeah, our efficiency so far is 231 watt-hour per kilometer. It dropped quite a bit due to the cold and high temperature. Sorry, the high speed on the motorway, of course. I'll take a look because there looks like there is new V4 stalls around here, and there is some card payment as well, so we will see. Did I mention that this was the last one? Well, it isn't. We need to charge once more, or we could wait here and charge enough to go all the way, but it'll take a while, and there are plenty of chargers on the way, so why not stop once more? I need to get some snacks and go to the bathroom anyways, so we can either go to the new one at Innlandsporten. That would be a nice visit, but it's a little bit too close, I think. What about Rudshøgda? Rudshøgda is a 250 site right by the highway. I think that's the nice one to go to. Continue, how much will we have at arrival there? 11%. That's perfect. Okay, then we will just unplug and go to Rudshøgda. Yo, look at that supercharger stall. Seems like someone has backed really hard into it. Anyways, we arrived with 6%, and that means that we are charging at 249 kilowatts right now, 250. Nice. We will stay here for around 15 to 20 minutes, I think, and then we will go. This supercharger is also pretty full. There are a lot of cars here. Yeah, most of the stalls are taken up, but luckily it's V3, so it's able to distribute the power in a better way than if it, for example, was a V2 supercharger. Okay, we are at 60% state of charge. We will arrive at the cabin with 25% state of charge and ability to charge. Doesn't really get more perfect than that. And yeah, it's very slippery outside, but it's pure ice here, so the car just slides around here. It's snow on top of the ice, so if you go hard in the roundabout here, you'll just simply slide. And some people think that's fine. I'm sliding! Oh! Wow. Okay, let's get on to the highway and then just have the last stretch, 71 kilometers left to go. Okay, we need some speed here. No problem in the Model 3. I am behind the slowest Taycan on the planet Earth. We are closing in on the final location, so I'll just go through the stats right now of our road trip. So we have 48 kilometers left, and we have driven 711 kilometers, so that means that we will be at around 460 kilometers. Sorry, we will be at around 760 kilometers once we have arrived. That's a long distance to travel in Norway, because it takes a while, of course. We have been on the road for
over 10 hours, yeah. And anyways, we have used 170 kilowatt hours. So our battery is 77 kilowatt hours, so you can just calculate how many full batteries that we have used. And our average efficiency has been 239 watt-hour per kilometer so far. 239 watt-hour per kilometer is a little bit more than I anticipated once we were in the middle of the trip here, because I did see that we were down at 211 watt-hour per kilometer. So being at 239 watt-hour per kilometer, that means we are a tad bit less efficient. And of course we know the reasons. We know it's cold outside, it's slippery, at least not here, but at some locations. We have the roof platform, which is inefficient, and a combination of that makes this car use this much juice. So 239 watt-hour per kilometer is our average efficiency, and the lifetime efficiency is 168 watt-hour per kilometer. So and this car has gone like almost 67,000 kilometers so far. So the average efficiency has had the time to settle down with driving. Of course, there is a lot of slow driving, but we have also been down in Europe on the Autobahn and tested the top speed and such. So 239 watt-hour per kilometer that we got on this trip is it's pretty bad efficiency, I would say. Not inhibiting in any way. It has been completely fine with the good charging speeds of this car, and with the thermal performance, it's able to get 250 kilowatts when it's minus 12 outside. This is certainly not possible with the ID Bus or other cars I've tested. Maybe if you have some kind of battery preconditioning that the Volkswagen doesn't have, but if you have that, you might be able to get the full speed at minus 12, minus 15, minus 20 degrees Celsius. But the thermal performance of the Model 3 is fantastic. So we are able to get the maximum speed even though it's cold outside. But of course we use more energy when it's cold outside. That's normal for even the cars with a heat pump. And for the final stretch into the cabin, we will test the light bar. We haven't had much time to test the light bar yet, because we have been on the best roads in the entire country, and the best roads in the entire country has street lights, and then you usually don't need high beams. And it has also been a lot of traffic, which of course you don't use high beams on. But it's unusual for me to drive these roads. I usually drive the roads that you have seen on all the road trips that are on the channel. Go check them out if you haven't. There is starting to be a very good collection of road trips on the channel to check out. In these road trips I drive roads that doesn't have lights, and it's very dark in Norway during the winter half of the year, and the winter months of the year. It is so dark, especially when it's not that much snow. It's completely dark. So then you probably need extra high beams if you drive a lot in these conditions like I do. That's why I installed the Lumen Helios CS20 Performance curved LED bar. It's curved to the curvature of the Model 3, so it looks a little bit nicer. There are some screws that are visible, which I'll try to spray paint. Anyways, aside from that, it looks flush with the design of the Tesla, so it doesn't look that terrible compared to other light bar solutions. And it gives off a ton of light. So we will test that very soon, and then it's the end of the video. I'll probably go through the stats once more when we are testing the LED bar.
as we drive into the dark. Wow! These high beams are awesome, and this is considering that they are probably full of dirt and smuts and gravel and snow and ice and water from the road, as we haven't cleaned it since we started the trip 745 kilometers ago. Okay, let's test them once more. Wow, they are fantastic. I'm glad I did buy these extra headlights. The stock ones are not good enough for these conditions. I'll do a proper comparison video and tell you how, yeah, what's the best solution for Tesla really. But for most people the normal ones are enough, but yeah, this one gives a much better throw, especially out to the sides where the animals are. Well, thank you so much for watching this road trip. I hope it was interesting. I tried to capture all the interesting moments, and I tried to show how the Tesla performed. And in a conclusion, the Tesla Model 3 is a fantastic car, and I've said it multiple times before that I am super confident on taking this car on a long trip in Norway and in Europe without any issues. And I've heard the same about owners across the pond in the United States, that they are very happy with the Tesla experience as well. Anyways, it performs well in cold weather. It has some weird design choices, like no back wiper, rear wiper, or no headlight washers, and not enough heating on the cameras, and so and the trunk gets a little bit of water when it's raining like crazy and you open it. But it's a California car for sure, but the technology in the drivetrain is the best for cold weather that I've heard about and tested. So the heating of the battery, the motor heat, they run the motors inefficient to generate heat, as they don't have a PTC heater, and they create heat, and they are very good at scavenging heat from the battery, from the cabin, and distributing the heat to where it needs to go for me to have a nice trip. So that means charge fast, being comfortable in my car. I've driven this car in minus 28 degrees with comfortable heating inside the car. I didn't even feel any difference than when it was like 0 degrees outside, and I've never experienced that in another car. So that part of the car is absolutely fantastic. And the ease of I'm going to stop this. I'm going to stop saying that the Tesla supercharging network is a plus for Teslas, because it's opening to everyone. But the ease of just plugging it in, which is plug and charge, is very nice. It's a nice addition. And of course, I feel like this car is very, it's a reliable car compared to the S and X from Tesla. It's a few issues. The quality is, of course, not perfect. I would say the new Highland is close to perfect from my initial impressions, but you never know when you haven't tried it over time. But this car, I've been so happy with the Tesla Model 3 here, and it has served me so well, this car. And I'm going to keep it, of course. I have done a lot of modifications that you have seen, like the roof racks, the mud flaps, the roof platform, and the LED light bar, which gives me better high beams. So as you can see now, there, off, on. It lights up the entire forest before me. I'm not sure if the video shows shows it that well, but this is it's night and day, literally. It feels like driving at the day. at daytime. So happy with this purchase. I didn't expect that much really, but yeah, it lives up to the expectations, and it looks nice on the outside as well. It doesn't destroy the entire look of the car. Like if you have circular high beams on the roof, it looks that looks very cool. That looks rally actually, but if it's integrated in a wrong way, or you use a way too large LED bar, you kind of destroy the look of the car. If you care about that. If you don't care, that's fine. But this has a curved LED bar that follows the curvature of the car, and the name of the LED bar is Lumen Helios CS20 Performance. So a very long name for a small LED bar. And you need a relay, and you need an ALC adapter for communicating with the Tesla high beam system. So there are 3 parts: a relay for power supply, a ALC controller for the Tesla high beams, and the LED bar itself, which can be whatever LED bar you prefer. Well, let's conclude this now. I always fail to come to the conclusion when I tell you guys I'm going to conclude. This car is fantastic. The roof platform gives us an efficiency of 237 watt-hour per kilometer. It's not a very good efficiency, but the charging is fast, and the trip has been completely fine. Completely fine. No issue whatsoever with any of with the efficiency. I don't feel like I need to stop very often, even though it's bad efficiency. So yeah, thank you so much for watching the video. I hope you want to subscribe, because I will make more videos like this. And since you watched this all the way through, I think you will like those as well. And please leave any feedback in the comments. I actually read all the comments, and I comment back on most of them. Send a little reply. And I hope you have a nice day, and enjoy the rest of your day, or the beginning of your day, or whatever. Thank you, and bye-bye. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, and videos that are not like this, you can subscribe to this channel. I see a lot of people that watch my videos that don't subscribe, so please leave any feedback in the comments, and I'll try to improve.